All right, Adam and I are going crappie fishing today. Something a little bit, I mean, I'm a multi-species guy, so is Adam, but other than spring and fall, I don't really chase crappies all that much. I don't know about you, but I've been out here bass fishing a decent amount in past years and found a whole bunch of walleyes and crappies, specifically on hardcover. And so that was something a little unique to me that I found. So we're going to utilize the suite of technologies on this boat today and go locate a couple of schools on some wood, some rock. We'll see what we can find, but should be fun. There's a bunch of big crappies in here, and I always enjoy getting into a school of them.
Yeah, let's go do it.
Awesome.
All right.
Just pulling up on the first little spot here. And kind of what we're looking for, these are all spots that kind of I've found in the past couple of years, and it's hardcover. Whether it's a big isolated boulder or a standing log, deadhead, anything like that, something to consolidate these crappies. I found these trees actually just smallmouth fishing for a tournament, and just like with any good looking piece of structure, it can hold walleyes, smallmouths, crappies, pike, you name it. A good spot's a good spot. It holds a variety of different fish, and so I fished this for bass and found crappies, but this lake is a Canadian Shield lake. It's got a ton of rock, and so a piece of wood is something a little bit different, and I feel like I'm always looking for something a little bit off the wall, something that is a little bit different than the surrounding structure. So a tree provides just that. And when locating these high percentage areas, there is no better technology than having this four-way split. I got my traditional 2D, DI, SI. I got my mapping. I'm auto charting right here. This lake only has 10-foot contours, so I got the auto chart on, so it's laying me out a picture. But any of this kind of stuff, these are high percentage areas, and this is where I found a lot of the trees to be, are on these transitions. They'll either be right on the edge of these rock piles or actually out isolated on the mud, and those are just key areas to hold some of these crappies.
Oh God.
There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a nice crappie. Very nice. Very nice. The thing that I love about a hair jig is that you can manipulate it so many different ways. You can straight reel it, hop it off the bottom. You can kind of just twitch your rod and float it there in the middle of the water column, but a hair jig is just something that is so versatile. You can fish it in 2 feet of water, or we're in 13 feet of water today, so there we go. There we go. There we go. A nice little crop. Heck yeah.
That is a crappie that we would normally not find without
You just
forward
can't.
facing.
You can't, other than fan cast. I mean, the bait that you got on is a great bait to cover water with, but yeah, there's no way other than randomly running into them. So that's where the technology is. You have to use it if you got it.
It's hard to go find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
And with this now, even if you found the needle, doesn't mean they're there and bitey.
Yeah.
What we've seen today, they're just floating around.
Yep, exactly. Just nice crop. There we go. Bunch of floaters out here. I don't know if it's just because it's early in the morning, low light, that they're scattered, but they don't really seem to be set up on structure as much, and that's where Mega Live definitely comes into play. I don't know. Other than just randomly fan casting around, it's really hard to find these crappies when they're not set up on a piece of structure. So the live technology is kind of key for this. There we go. Is that a nicer one?
That seemed like a nicer one.
Yeah. Nice crappie. What are you using there?
It's a little VMC spinnerbait.
Back to the roots.
I mean, this is good old-fashioned fish catching lure.
But again, probably really effective in this dirtier water. Anything to get their attention, vibration, flash.
Nice one. These spinners are a really effective way to catch fish they're finicky. The weight's perfect, you can just slow roll them. It just offer a little vibration, I think, to keep their attention, and these things are just nipping. Spinner baits are fun, they're easy. Anybody can fish these. Cast it out, let it drop, and just slowly crank.
There we go. Little crappie. Hair jig definitely seems to be the deal today. I don't know if it's just subtle enough, but it's a big enough profile. A couple inches long. Again, that's an 1/8 ounce, so getting down to these fish pretty quick. Not wasting any time. And then, boom, ready to go. Don't have to worry about re-rigging a plastic or anything back in the water. And the weight that I choose is really wind dependent and then depth dependent, but mainly wind. I want to be able to throw this thing out in front of the boat when using forward facing, and so I opted for the 1/8 today, but if we were in a little bit windier conditions, even in this depth, I would maybe go up to 1/4 if I had a presentation small enough with that size weight. It's all about getting down to the fish. Both Adam and I are using a little bit heavier rods. These are actually, I guess, what you would call bass or walleye rods. 7.5 foot medium lights. I like a 7.5 foot rod for casting these little tiny baits out. Lighter braid, 8-pound braid, and then a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. The nice thing about pan fishing is you can pretty much get away with anything that you got in the boat. Get it?
There we go.
There we go. That was sweet. That was sweet. He just came flying off of that tree. That's a nice one. That's a really nice one. Heck yeah. It's fun catching them out of the shallow water too. They're just real spunky. They release well.
Yeah.
It's a nice fish. Heck
Great
yeah.
fish.
Heck yeah. Show that one out to the camera. That is awesome. Very cool. Just a fun way to catch them. Like, these ones are just set up much better, and anytime other than, you know, when they're in big groups out in the basin, they can be really hard to catch. But if you can find isolated pieces of structure, that seems to definitely hold the right ones. What do we got?
Nice.
Oh, nice crappie. Oh, heck yeah. That's a nice one. That's a great big one. Just did a little bit of relocating here, and we got into a zone. This is a great big mud flat. It's like, what is it, 10 feet? And there's just trees scattered everywhere. And these ones actually do seem to be a little bit more set up on them. That is down the pipe. Down the pipe. So that's a good little sign. I don't know if it's just the area that we're in or if it's because the sun's getting a little bit higher, but